No, the link's going to be on export.gov for sure. I think that
Guide to exporting.
I've heard so much about FedEx global delivery. One of the panel participants talk about if what they're doing is legal, or is that what's meant by open mail? Because my shipment probably could go by FedEx global if I had a contact in every place, but I'm not sure if doing that is legal.
Go ahead.
I think ultimately, FedEx Global is a means to get your cargo from one place to another. The legality first lies with who you're selling to, where you're shipping your products to, and can you sell and ship your products to those places. FedEx Global is the only thing you'll be paying them on open account for is to really get your, as far as I'm aware, FedEx Global didn't open a trading company, so they're not actually going to be paying for your goods or arranging for, a sale. The only thing FedEx, and I think it's FedEx Trade Networks, is FedEx's border side, but they just move it. So if you apply for credit with FedEx and you want to air freight a box from here to Antwerp, then it's as long as you follow what you're supposed to do as a shipper from the export side, there's nothing wrong with using FedEx. But it's at the same time, basically in that instance, FedEx is your freight forwarder. That's what they are. The FedEx Global is your freight forwarder.
But you're still responsible. You're the exporter.
Yeah.
You're still responsible to make sure you've done everything right. As you mentioned very early on, who you're selling to, what's your product, does it have requirements of licensing and so forth. That's not really their responsibility per se. It ultimately is going to come back to you. I don't know what the product is. I don't think you mentioned, but
I don't have anything definite in mind. I've got either bakery products or
fairly,
the bakery would have time limits on it, so I
of course.
probably won't go guarantee there, but the artwork flexible.
Right.
Well, one of the things you should think about, though, right now, since it's early, is compliance. You said, is it legal? It's not that it's not legal, but there are certain countries and certain individuals that you cannot do business with. So you have to make sure before you even start talking to anybody, if they email you and they say, hey, you have these bakery products to sell, I'd like to buy from you. There are certain websites that you need to go to, like the Office of Foreign Assets Control, that you must put that name in and check it before you even start talking to these people.
I saw something like that. You look at some of the additives to bakery products that were okay in the United States by the FDA, but foreign countries, some of them banned it.
And that's a different issue,
That's a little
though.
different.
That's a little different because if she's talking about U.S. laws, and that's talking about the foreign countries' laws.
What I'm talking about is as per the United States laws, there are certain countries like Cuba right now that you cannot do business with without certain licenses. So you have to make sure that you know that that country is not on the OFAC list. A great site for you to go to when you're starting to export is the BIS, the Bureau of Industry and Security, and I think they have that same link to the export.gov. Yeah. They have training in there. They have videos that you can do, online training. Everything is free. Everything you want to know about exporting is there. There's an export portal. When you go in there, there's like maybe 15 site little buttons that you can go into. It tells you everything you need to know about exporting. But please remember that if you don't remember anything else from today, remember that you must go to OFAC, OFAC, Office of Foreign Assets Control, and check the name of the person that's looking to buy those goods from you before you even start saying you're going to sell to them.
And I'll just call on my colleague Marisol, because Marisol is in charge, if you want to stand up. She is, if you were here earlier, you heard us talk about the District Export Councils. Marisol works for the District Export Council here locally, and she's in charge of all the training we kind of do. She works with us on, and she put this together, not me, and did a great job, by the way, so thank you. But for all topics that you might want to get more detailed information in, because this was meant to be conversational to kind of throw out a lot of ideas for you to think about. But if you want to dive into a topic, she can let you know when they're going to have a training on that specific issue. Or it sounds like to me you're really more of an exporting 101, you know. So I think you would want to get with Marisol and kind of find out when those are coming up.
Well, actually, right, but I need to figure out how to cost my product. And I need to know if I'm gonna store it at Mississippi River, how much space costs. But when the early panel discussion, that sounds like the corridor is undergoing change.
Yeah.
Frank, I thought I think about some
Okay.
information in our export training program, and also maybe connect with the LSBC, who might be able to help you develop and we can chat.
I asked about fire, and also I asked some condition like this agreement are accepted in a section. Once I tell them, even without payment, I guarantee the payment.
You can't get the payment?
I guarantee the payment.
Yes.
It's confirmed as
Yes. Yeah. If it's confirmed, then then the confirming bank then steps into the shoes of the issuing bank. So you're no longer dealing with the bank in Tunisia. You're now dealing with the bank in the U.S. But you still have to present documents that are in compliance to the letter of credit, because if you do present them with a discrepancy, then the confirming bank's confirmation pretty much goes away too. So.
I asked that if fire are condition.
Oh.
This agreement are accepted.
And what's that condition?
This agreement.
Oh, really? So all discrepant documents will be accepted? Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. I mean, you can put that in, but usually they would be very specific, because you can't say all discrepancies are going to be accepted. Right. That's a good idea. Expiry date. Correct. Right. That's a good idea. But just to let you know where we come up with the discrepancies. It's not that we just look for discrepancies and call it. I do believe maybe some of the larger banks may do that, but there's documents that we have to follow. You know, the UCP, which is Uniform Customs and Practice 600. That is what we have to follow. That's the Bible. Those letters of credit are issued subject to that. So whatever the UCP says that the documents must have or must be consistent, we have to check the documents in accordance with that. Now, I know years ago they would stop you for a period or a capital. They're not where the rules have changed, and it doesn't allow you to stop documents for if it's not capital or if it's LTD as opposed to limited spelled out. It's got much better. So.
But that's there for you all. That's to protect both parties.
Correct.
You know, it's not to help the bank
It's not for the
out.
banks.
It's there to make sure you're gonna, get what
Both
you're
buyer and
expecting.
seller, exactly.
And don't be afraid of discrepancies, because in my career I don't think I've ever had an LC go through the first time without having a discrepancy. It's just
Right.
it just happens.
You're right. 80% of documents are presented with discrepancies. And then you have the option you can fix them, but some of them you can't fix, like the bills of lading. Sometimes you can't fix those. But I've been doing this for a very long time. In all my years that I've been doing it, I've only seen one set of documents that was refused by the buyer because the buyer wanted to get out of the sale. So even when you send the documents with discrepancies, you know your buyer, you've had a relationship with them, they're going to accept those discrepancies. So. Right, if it's major, if it's expiry date already gone or latest shipment date, then they may not, right? But I'm talking about just little smaller discrepancies, not major. Right. That's a very good idea to put that in the LC. If your buyer allows you to do that, that's a good thing.
Yes, sir.
Question for Bob. So can I assume that y'all and dredges locally?
Yep.
Okay. So then when y'all decided to go overseas, I mean, how did you first get hooked up with anybody, a potential buyer? What was it that allowed you to make that leap?
I call it dumb luck. All right, so I mean, we would advertise in U.S. magazines, and there's a lot of foreign buyers that want U.S. products, and they come here and they pick up that magazine and they see your ad. What's helped drive it recently, or in the past 10, 15 years, is the internet. I mean, that's your global highway right there.